Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Lee Curtis, and my new movie, Halloween Ends, is super scary. And we're all a bit jumpy tonight, you know.
It's only me! Everyone calm down!
Oh, can we get started?
Ah! Don't do that! Let's start the show! Welcome to the show. I'm back, you're back. It's so special. Now, the thing is, I haven't been reading the papers. Did anything exciting happen while I was away? Anything at all? I mean, I know we do have a new Prime Minister, Liz Truss. Oh, there she is, Liz. And that's, of course, her in casual attire. Here she is in her work clothes. Working overtime. Critics have accused Liz Truss of gambling with the country's finances. Mind you, if she likes a bet, she should stick a tenner on Keir Starmer becoming Prime Minister. Yeah. Yeah. There's Keir at the party conference this week unveiling his plan to get into Downing Street. Yeah, and it went down very well, especially with his wife, Victoria. Hello. Wonder what he's saying to her. I'm gonna do to you what Liz Truss did to the economy. Hey, let's get some guests on! Later with a music and chat from pop superstar Robbie Williams. And we'll be meeting one of this country's true comedy greats. Monty Python star Eric Idle will be joining us. But first, he's one of our finest stage and screen actors, star of Good Omens, Broadchurch, and a little show called Doctor Who. It's David Tennant! Oh! Woo! Hello. Oh my God. Oh my God, you touched me. There he goes. She was BAFTA nominated for her performance in the powerful AIDS drama It's a Sin, now starring in the BBC thriller Inside Man. It's Lydia West! Go. And she's a Hollywood icon, the star of films like Trading Places, A Fish Called Wanda, True Lies, and Knives Out. Now returning for the last time to her most famous role in Halloween Ends, it's Jamie Lee Curtis! Welcome all. Welcome back. You've never been on the sofa, Jamie, have you? Oh, no, you have. You've only been on the sofa.
Dude, so many times. I can't even stop counting how many times I've been on the sofa.
Well, trousers are quite noisy.
On the sofa.
Yeah.
Can we just discuss the couch? So this is clearly designed by a man. Because it's designed to make you... do the interview, basically. Like this, which is so... Because if it had been designed by a woman, we would be able to sit up.
Yeah, nice and
And you can't,
yeah,
can you?
Can't, no.
It's because it was designed by a man. I'm sorry, you had a question.
Yeah, well, I thought people
About
might be pleased to see
emotional-
the sofa back again. Apparently not.
It is.
We can brace ourselves with the
Oh,
table.
I like that.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you. Sorry.
And it's a first-time welcome to Lydia.
It's touching the shower.
She's liking my question.
Yeah. We've got to talk about the extraordinary success of It's a Sin. And, yeah. All four stats, was it nearly 20 million streams on all four?
I don't even know what that means. Like, that's a lot, but
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. We hoped people would watch it, and then kind of didn't believe they would, like a mass audience, and then they did, and we were just like, how do we deal with this? Okay.
And you've got, but you've got, I mean, obviously lots of fan reaction and people who loved you in the street, but then you got some very special fan reaction.
Yes, I did. So my friend asked me if he could give Elton my number, Russell.
Oh. Elton.
And I was like, Elton who? And he's like, Elton John. And I was like, okay. And then within 2 minutes of sending that text, Elton was calling me, and it was like an 01 number. I won't give his number. I don't know what it was.
Oh, I think we should.
It was like
I think you should give it to all of us, please, because I have a couple things I'd love to tell them.
Let's call him now.
Let's call it.
And he called all of us. He called the whole cast, and he called Russell.
lovely.
I know. It was so sweet. Yeah.
Well, I guess once he called one of you, he had to call everyone.
I know, I was kind of like, oh my God, Elton John just called me on the group chat.
beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that a lovely thing to do?
Lovely.
But then everyone was like, oh yeah, we got the call too. And I
That
was
makes
like,
me
oh.
very happy.
Yeah. But did he flew some of them to LA for the Oscars party, didn't he?
He did, yeah. So he flew some of them for the Oscars party, and he also invited us all round for a curry. And I don't know if that's confidential information, but I didn't,
Doesn't sound confidential.
I didn't go because I was away. So it was all the boys. But they had a curry and maybe an orgy. I don't know.
Wow. That isn't where I thought that story was going.
My question is, having a curry a euphemism? Because if it is, I need to know what the euphemism is, because I'm American and we just don't know what having a curry means.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm kind of liking it.
Yeah, okay, maybe I shouldn't have been so blunt. But they had a curry.
Very quickly,
Wow.
David Tennant, you've brought us photographic evidence of
Ooh.
a very special thing that's happening in your life. Is it this week or was this last week?
We're a couple of weeks into it now.
Okay, so what are we looking at here? We are looking...
David.
Well, the one on the left is the one that, you go, oh, lovely, fluffy, lovely puppy. And then Myrtle on the right. Look how pleased she is to have a new puppy.
Myrtle looks like she's just killed that.
Yeah,
It's apologising.
we've ruined her life. We have ruined her life.
You're 2 weeks in, not loving it.
She is furious. Because, and of course, Bernard doesn't read
This
the room.
is Bernard.
This is Bernard, that little sort of fluffy kind of hand towel, yes. He doesn't read the room, so he's just keeps bouncing up, and she gets angrier and angrier and batters him away. It's carnage.
Is that your
in our
backyard?
house. Yeah.
That's what I thought it was
Nice.
a park.
No, do you know what I thought? Do you know what? I saw this and I thought, oh, Jamie Lee Curtis, she lives in America. She's used to gardens like this. I thought the audience would be like, oh, my God, where does he live? It's like Buckingham Palace.
It's a forced perspective. I wouldn't worry about it.
But use the estate agent lens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
It's very nice, though,
Beautiful.
isn't it? Yeah. All right, look, let's get on and talk about our big film tonight. This is Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween Ends. You
We're
know-
showing the movie?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We got permission.
Oh, shut up. You did not. Well, I didn't know you said our big film. I thought, what the...
There's a screen.
I thought,
There's a
what the
screen
fuck
coming
is
down in front of you.
happening? I'm like,
We're handing out popcorn.
I was like, honestly, sorry.
British television's very different. Yes.
I'm from America.
No, let me reassure you. It opens on the 14th of October in cinemas. And Laurie Strode is taking on Michael Myers for the final time. Let's take a look. You were able to watch that scene. I thought you looked away during the kind of...
Oh, no. Oh, I know what you're talking... No, I did. By the way, I hope you heard I was cracking wise over here watching it, because I don't even like watching it on a clip. I'm very uncomfortable with it. I don't like horror movies. They scare me. I don't know why you guys do. I really appreciate that you do. But I don't like them. But I had to see the movie. You know, I'm about to go out around the world and promote it, and I was like, I gotta see the movie. So they screened it for me by myself in a theater, but I watched it in an empty theater, but I had the volume control. So I was groovy. All the talking, great. The minute the music comes up and the thing, I'm turning it down to 0, and I turn away. But, swear to God, they insisted on having a guard in the room so that I wouldn't pirate my own. And I'm telling you, I was like, wait, what? And the guy's sitting in the back. So my entire movie, I turned the volume down, I'd turn my head like this and go like this, but I got to listen to him. And he'd be like this, oh no, oh no, oh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, really? I'm gonna pirate my own movie.
Yeah. But
Sell it to China.
I'm not great. I did look away. But when I watched it. Lydia and David, can you watch? You can, can't you, Lydia?
I can. I prefer horror to murder or like true crime, which is what I'm promoting.
Because you were in the Dracula TV series. That was horror, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Were you a vampire?
Yeah.
I say, was it horror? Check this out. That's
you? Look at the nipple. It's not exactly.
It does seem weird
it's
that
not real.
The nipple is fire retardant. I mean, that must have taken forever.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was 4 hours in the morning, and then to take it off was 2 hours.
How thick is it? Were you in a suit, kind of?
No, so the head is prosthetic, then they had the hair and the ears, and then the hands, and then it was like a leotard suit thing, a legging kind of thing, and then they make the feet around.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were filming this in the summer?
Yeah, so I was filming in the summer, and the old Hartswood studios had no air conditioning, so we were all boiling, and it was a heat wave in July.
You do look like you've just stayed on the beach a little too long.
I'm also eating a caramel bar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I know that horror is not real. I can kind of stomach it. It depends, not too scary.
And David, what do you like?
I don't mind a horror film. They can be frustrating sometimes. Not your ones.
Not mine.
Your ones are perfect. It can be a bit like, you know, oh, don't go into the scary mansion on your own. The tropes can be... I mean, I always remember the Blair Witch Project. There was that thing they would... But I think, because I quite like Blair Witch Project, but it was a bit, you know, they'd traipse around and they go, oh, God, we've come round in a circle again. And you go, just get in the river, follow the river. It's the glaringly obvious.
Logic.
Yes.
Logic.
Yeah, that can be frustrating.
You know what? Here's the truth. Most people in this audience aren't 44 years old. I've been playing Laurie Strode since I was 19, for 44 years. 2/3 of my life, I've been playing this character. So it's weird to say goodbye. Thank you. But it's weird.
I feel like I've sat here and you told me it was over before, though. Is it really over?
Yeah, I think it's pretty over. I mean, this is the final inevitable conclusion, the final inevitable meeting between good and evil. There is a collision and something happens. And as somebody already named a movie, which I think we should steal, There Will Be Blood. You know, there will be blood.
Oh, and there is. Because that's the end of Halloween. But I must mention, I don't know if you've seen this film. If you haven't, you should. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
So good.
Have you guys seen this?
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so incredibly good. And it's so unexpectedly good.
But it's also so unexpected. Like,
everything is unexpected, yes.
If anybody asks you about it, like, how do you try to describe this film?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. It is a multiverse movie about an Asian family led by Michelle Yeoh, who goes to the IRS, who's in IRS, Internal Revenue tax trouble.
Yep.
I am the tax auditor, Deirdre Beardra. Her nemesis, the villain of the piece. And it's just a weird multiverse movie, but at the center of it is love, kindness, family, unity, in the middle of the craziest movie you've ever seen in your lives.
If you haven't seen it, this is Jamie as Deirdre. There she is in her cubicle.
Her name is Deirdre Beardra. And it was such a delight for me.
I love the detailing that the cat is perfect.
Well, also, I don't know if you can see the Auditor of the Month trophies she's won. Also, she's wearing a wrist brace and a watch, which I thought was a very clever take. And she goes from being a villain and a sort of nemesis to an actual world where Michelle Yeoh and I live together in a hot dog universe where we both have hot dog hands, and we do a mating dance, and then we break up, and it's at the same time you're looking at me like, okay, this woman is twisted. I'm telling you, it's one of the most moving parts of the movie is this love story between me and Michelle Yeoh.
If we have whet your appetite, it is available to stream now. And I mean, they're talking Oscars for this film, aren't they? I mean, there is Oscar buzz around this film.
There is. And you know, let me just say this. It's that weird race. It's a race. They call it the Oscar race.
Yeah.
It's just a bizarre world. And yet, you can imagine, for me, I'm a 64-year-old woman who's been in horror movies, to be in that movie and have that be the movie that people are talking about it at that level, it's so beautiful and moving that that's the movie? Deirdre Beardra for Best Supporting fucking Actress? Are you kidding me? And if you don't take the shot, you're not even in the game. For me, it's just let's go. I'm all in. I'm just like, let's go get it.
Well, good luck with that. And once again, Halloween Ends will be opening on the 14th of October. Jamie Lee Curtis, everybody.
Leaving?
Hey, stay. Yeah. You say you're so comfortable.
No, I'm not. This couch, I'm telling you, I swear to you people, I'm going to take off my shoes.
Yeah, take them off.
You know why? Because now watch. Oh, so much better.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, so much better. I want to get you a pillow. I'm telling you, not a good couch.
Now, Lydia West, your latest work is the new BBC drama thriller. It's called Inside Man. It continues Mondays at 9 on BBC One. You can catch the first 2 episodes on iPlayer. So this comes from the fertile mind of Stephen Moffat. Great cast. There's Dolly Wells, Sandy Tucci, yourself, and actually David Tennant is also in it. Yes. So, Lydia, you play an investigative journalist. How do you fit into this twisty-turny story?
So, I'm kind of... well...
Come on, Lydia. Come on, Lydia.
OK, well, at the moment, I'm being used by Grief, who is played by Stanley, and he did study criminology, and now he's... on death row for killing his wife. And firstly, I wanted to write a piece on him, and then I came to him with a case, because he solves murder cases from prison. And my friend, Janice, played by Dolly Wells, has gone missing, and David Tennant's character...
Hi.
What's your name again?
Are you a priest?
I'm David. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Harry. Sorry.
Yeah.
And
well remembered.
Harry may be responsible for Janice's disappearance.
All right.
Yeah.
And it is a great... I mean, that conceit of having a man on death row who's a criminal mastermind solving crimes, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a great idea. And it's also... It's weird because it tells the perspective of kind of the victim's perspective on how they can entice someone to murder. And that's what Janice does with Harry. And it's like a thriller but twisted on its head, and the whole idea is that everyone's a murderer, you just need to meet the right person.
I mean, that's such a great line. I love that line.
Yeah.
Everyone's a murderer, but you just haven't read the right person yet.
Yeah.
It's kind of true.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Fabulous.
Yeah. I tell you what, we've got an exclusive clip. This is from episode 3, coming this Monday, and this is you discussing the case with Stanley Tucci's character.
She clearly has minimal social contact. I mean, she's currently resisting the approaches of a personable young woman who's taking a flattering interest in her. Basically, Janice doesn't make friends. See the problem?
Well, no.
How can there be anyone who hates her enough to harm her if she doesn't have friends?
You have a very strange view of friendship.
So does Janice.
It could have been someone random. She could have had an accident.
Yeah, but most of the time, what happens to people is other people. and almost always people they know.
And as we mentioned, that great cast, Stanley Tucci, and we mentioned David Tennant, you're in this, but now I'm losing my mind. Have I seen you play a vicar before?
I did. I think I played a vicar in a... like in an Anthony Trollope, sort of, you know, sort of old-fashioned vicar.
Because you look so right in it.
Well...
It is good.
Thanks.
It's a good fit.
Well, my dad was a minister in the Church of Scotland.
He wasn't just a minister.
He wasn't just a minister. He was the Church of Scotland. No, he was the moderator of the Church of Scotland for a time as well, yeah. He was pretty high up.
And now, is it true, the thing that you and your father, into adulthood, never swore in front of him?
No! Never! I never swore in front of him, and I never heard him... He was a man of the cloth. He was a clergyman, for goodness sake. Except... I never heard him swear. And I suppose he heard me swear in things, you know, but that was always the script, so that was fine. So no, I would never swear in front of my dad, never. And I don't think a swear word ever passed his lips until he came down to stay with me in London once to go and see Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly we grew up loving Billy Connolly. Yeah. And we'd have the cassettes of Billy Connolly in the car, and my dad was a big Billy Connolly fan, so he came down to London to see Billy Connolly. And then he came back and started doing bits of the act. And it was just all very, that's very funny. But then, I guess because it was the script, suddenly he's standing in my living room at midnight going... Wow. This is the moderator of the Church of Scotland. I think he'll be excommunicated. But because it was Billy, it was allowed. Billy's a special case.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my God. First of all,
I love that you've got one shoe on.
Well, it's purchase. I'm on a couch. You know how you have to get purchase sometimes? Anyway, on American television, you can't say that word.
On British television, you can't say that word.
But you just did.
Well, we're not live. I really hope I haven't given you ideas now.
Oh, no, I've already, like, blown it, you know, earlier.
But actually, talking of swearing, you were in that film, My Girl.
I was.
With very young Macaulay Culkin.
And Anna Klumsky. Yes, look how sweet.
So could you swear? No, you couldn't swear.
No. You are not allowed to swear in front of children on movie sets. So I had swear jars. You know, swear jars. If you said the S word, you had to put in $1. If you said the F word, you had to put in $2. And, you know, the whole crew participated because we had kids on the set. Here you two are, young kids.
Sure.
And, you know, of course, once in a blue moon, we'd all be like a bank, and then we'd be like, put money in the swear jar. And, you know, it all went fine. We all got very tired of it, but they were cute and nice kids. And the last shot of the movie was the scene where they run down the dock and then jump into the lake. And I remember we had, like, safety people in the lake and stunt people and, you know, and the whole thing and cranes and thing. I mean, I'm telling you, they jump off a dock into water, like, 2 feet deep. And, you know, it's like a big thing and towels and everybody's like, ah. And they, you know, run and then they jump into the thing. They're fine. And then everybody's like, oh, yay, and everything. And now they're going to be finished with the movie. And there they are, wrapped in their towels, standing at the edge of the dock. And they go, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for Macaulay Culkin and Anna Klumsky. And everybody goes like this. And I took the 2 cans, and I walked up to each of them. Each of the cans had like $500 in it. Oh, wow. 500 pounds. And I walked up to each of the kids, and I went, fuck you. Not proud of it, but, you know, don't invite me over.
Right, we move on to David Tennant, who is returning to the West End stage with the play Good.
Yeah.
The reviews are in. It's a clever thing to put the title. Good.
I hope so. I hope the reviews are writing themselves.
It's on at the Harold Pinter Theatre from the 5th of October. So tell us about the play. It was written back in the 80s?
It was written to be, but it's set in Germany in the 30s, and it's about. It's interesting we're talking about my dad because it's about. Obviously, we know what happened in Germany in the 30s. We know the terrible things that went on, and we know that there were a lot of extraordinarily evil people involved in that. But of course, there was also a whole society that went on this very odd journey, and that's what the play's about. It's about the journey that a good, normal, ordinary man takes as the society shifts around him, and those sort of incremental steps that we all hope we wouldn't make, but that you sort of, as history happens around you, you can sort of turn around and go, oh, hang on. Where do we live now? What's happened? And it's a really interesting play because it makes you think, would I know to go enough and no further if the confirmation bias all around you was going, no, this is fine, this is what we do.
And the person you're playing, is it a historical figure or a fictional
He's not. There are historical figures in it that he sort of comes into brief contact with. But it's that... And I'm talking about my dad, I'm thinking about him a lot lately because when I think of who's the sort of goodest man that I can think of, it's him. And you sort of try and think, well, how would any of us be as the world shifts around us? How would that... Could we cope? Could we stand up? Because it's happening all around us. You know, we're in denial about all sorts of things in the world. You know, there's a big climate emergency going on, and we all kind of know about it, but we all still sort of plod along. At what point do we all go, hang on, maybe this has gone too far? And obviously, what happened in Germany in the 30s was a very extreme example of that. So it's a brilliant, really interesting, quite challenging, but also fantastic bit of writing. So, yeah.
Wow.
And actually, it's funny, Joe, because I think Halloween Ends asks some interesting questions about where evil comes from and how does it hook onto people.
Yeah. Ultimately, it is a question that we pose, which is really, is Michael Myers the monster or are we the monster? Because what we do to victims, what we do to people is as bad. Just go on the internet today. I mean, try Twitter. You know, we think we're sort of, that it's somehow benign, and it's not. And really, David, to your point, and it was so moving because you were moved by talking about your dad. And I got moved just sitting here thinking about it because we're seeing it everywhere. It happened in Italy this week. You know, as you said, we think it's not happening and we're all just kind of grooving along here. But the climate crisis and what's happening in Italy, it's happening again in our time. And we have to pay attention to it. And the play makes me want to stay. I'm going to go on the world tour and finish my promotion, but it makes me want to come and
come back before you go.
It's really important what you're talking about. It's very, very, very important. It's very important that you're doing that play right now because it's happening around us all the time.
And actually, how long is it on for?
It's on till Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, OK. You could come back.
Yeah.
And also, we should say, because I think, you know, often people think, oh, theatre, that's very expensive, You're making a real effort to make this affordable.
There's a whole range of tickets available, but there are tickets from £20 for everyone, and we're also we're releasing a bunch of tickets for key workers, because this show was meant to go on twice in the pandemic, and it didn't happen, obviously. You know, theatres had to close, and that was the right thing to do at the time, but for all the people that helped us through that, for all the people that kept going. So there's a bunch of £10 seats, good seats as well, available for key workers. So if you qualified, please, we'd love to. We'd love to.
Yeah, well done, you.
Love that. Beautiful.
OK, it's time to meet my next guest. As a member of the Monty Python team and a creator of the hit musical Spamalot, this man is one of our great comedy legends.
Yes, he is.
Recently, he went public about a devastating health scare, which he's here to talk about tonight. It is quite the story. Please welcome Eric Idle. Oh! Come in. Lovely. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you very much. You know each other. Yes. Eric, Lydia, Eric, David, have a seat.
Yes,
Watch the couch, it's tough.
Ooh. No, it's fine for men. Yeah. You know everyone, Eric.
I don't know everybody, but but we were on a talk show, David and I, vaguely. I forget who it was.
Oh, I do.
We crossed paths somewhere.
Yeah.
Jamie, I know.
Of course.
Yes.
All right. Listen, you're here to tell us this. As I say, it is an extraordinary story, and it's a very frightening story. So before we get into it, I think we should just reassure people you are well.
Yes, I am very well, yes.
OK, so it's the show is dedicated to Erica. So in order to tell the story, do you go back to 2019 or do you go back later?
I go earlier.
OK.
It starts at about 2009, and I'm writing a play. It's after Spamalot, and I'm writing a play. And I think it's a really great idea for a play. It's going to go really well on Broadway. It's called Death the Musical. Try and sell that one, So anyway, to me, I like it because I'm writing a play about a guy who's writing a play called Death the Musical, and he finds out he's dying. So I like irony.
Yeah.
That's my premise. So I'm writing away. I need some, I need some medical background. So I go to see my doctor, and he says, come to the Dodgers game. So we're sitting at the Dodgers game, and I say, what is the fastest way to get rid of a character? And he said, it's very simple, pancreatic cancer. You've got about 3 weeks, if you're lucky, and it's inevitable, So I said, great, that's perfect. I'll start writing away. And then 10 years later, he's still my doctor, and I'm going for a routine checkup, and I'm having a blood test and MRI, and he said, put a little bit of iodine in there. And he said, come in, sit down a minute. And he shows me on the screen, and I said, what's that? He said, it's pancreatic cancer.
Wow.
And I laugh because it's hilarious. The writer of the play, about a writer writing a play about Death the Musical, now has bloody pancreatic cancer. And, so you've got to break it to the wife and the kids. And so we agreed we'd call it Kenny because it's such a scary term,
Yes.
I'm suffering from Kenny. We're going to go to the Kenny Centre and have a Kenny operation. And so he said, the good news is it's really early stage. We've seen it, we've never seen it this early, so you've got a very good chance of surviving. So within about 10 days, I'm whipped into Cedars and a cancer specialist who actually, after 5 hours, operates and takes it all out. And so I was extremely fortunate. I was very, very lucky. And, we didn't tell anybody, but I was very fortunate.
And then you revealed this diagnosis in a very Eric Idle way. How and when did you reveal that you'd had pancreatic cancer?
Well, I revealed it after I was on The Masked Singer. And
in America, this isn't a spoiler. Yeah.
No. I was on The Masked Singer, and it was the premiere episode of the season. And I thought, well, afterwards they ask you to be interviewed, and you go on the shows, and you plug your book or your film or whatever you're plugging. And I thought, you know what? I think what I ought to do is to come out to cancer and tell people that I actually survived pancreatic cancer, because this is very good news for everybody.
Yeah.
So what I thought I'd do is I'd start a fund called the Bright Side Fund. I'm looking on the bright side, and then people can, contribute, and we can put it to research and encourage early testing. And so that's what I'm doing. I mean, we started it, and people are contributing, and it's going very well.
And when you went into hospital, didn't you use the man who sings Also Look at the Bright Side, the man who starts the song? Was it his name you used?
Oh, yeah, because in Cedars, they said, well, you better go under a pseudonym, because you don't want to be bothered by the tabloids. I thought, well, actually, you don't really have... It's not one of my worries, but still. So they said, so what should you call yourself? And I think, I don't know. I couldn't think of her name, so I said Mr. Cheeky, because she's the character in The Life of Brian. So I'm sitting there ready for my operation. I go, Mr. Cheeky. Mr. Cheeky. Oh, fuck, that's me. So, that's the name I'm known at, is Stephen. So, it's quite nice. I'm lucky I didn't call myself Biggest Dickus, actually.
So, you're on The Masked Singer. You are dressed as a hedgehog. We've got a picture of the hedgehog. I mean...
Yeah, that's me, yes.
Yes. It doesn't seem like in a minute he's going to tell us he survived cancer. But I survived being run over by a car, maybe.
Yeah.
But you sang a Beatles song.
I did. I sang Love Me Do. So I like that song. And It's never easy to get a Beatles song, and a friend of mine said, well, why don't you ask Paul? Because he wrote it when he was 16, and it's not a Beatle copyright, it's Paul's copyright. So I wrote him a letter, and I said, can I use your song? And he said, all right, yes, of course you can use my song, but please tell me when the show airs so I can be sure to miss it. So I wrote to him and told him when it was on, you know, and I said, well, it may not be the best rendition you've ever heard of Love Me Do, but it's the best ever done by a hedgehog.
And listen, you clearly are feeling very well. Tell me this, because you know, because you were told this thing that you kind of thought, right, that's it, that's curtains, but now it's not curtains.
Yes.
What's your life like? Are you living differently?
I think I am in a way that I'm more grateful. You know, you think, well, I've got a bit more life than I expected, and so I thought what was nice about coming out to cancer was I could do a bit of good. So I made an alliance with Stand Up to Cancer, which is a charity, and they've been helping me, and the Bright Side Fund has helped me, and so yeah, I mean, I'm grateful to be alive.
Yeah, well, listen, I hope it helps other people, and we are so grateful you're alive. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your story. Good luck with everything. Eric Idle, everybody! It's an amazing story. I'm so happy for you. OK, it is time for music. This British pop superstar has 18 Brit Awards to his name and is now celebrating 25 years as a solo artist. Here performing Lost, it is Robbie Williams.
I wake up, terrify myself again, cake to make up, and a little lost. These reactions are relentless, abandoning the permafrost. Who am I fooling with? I got lit. I disappoint them only to exist. I lost my place in life. I lost my point of view. I lost what it is to love when I lost my faith in you. I walk out of my masterpiece to the nothingness greeting me. Everything smells like sympathy. Who am I fooling with? I got lit. Much too exhausted only to resist. I lost my place in life. I lost my point of view. I lost what it is to love when I lost my faith in you. All my friends say, don't give up yet. Might still get there, but I don't think so. Embrace me. I tried, I lost my place in life. I lost my point of view. I lost what it is to love when I lost my faith in you. I lost, oh, I lost my point of view. I lost what it is to love when I lost my faith in you. I lost I lost what it is to love, when I lost my faith in you.
Wowza! Robbie Williams, everybody! Great job. Come on over, sir, do. Now, which way is it going? That way, that way, that way, that way. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it was this way. It was this way. I'm so sorry. Hello, sir.
Nice to see you.
Have a seat, dude. Jamie, Eric.
Hello.
Oh, dear.
Hello. Very nice to see you.
Hello.
What a pleasure.
Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for that.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loving it. Are you well?
Yeah, I've just got back from Australia and I haven't been to sleep since 5 o'clock yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is really interesting.
Well, we won't keep you. We should say that is the new track, but it's from the album Robbie Williams 25, which is Greatest Hits. But
Greatest hits, yeah. The greatest hit.
no, oh, no.
Yeah. Angels 25 times. Yeah.
Am I right? You've re-recorded them.
I've re-recorded them with an orchestra. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. And why just... I guess there wasn't room for any more new tracks on this album because you've got so many hits.
That's right, loads of them. An abundance of hits.
Yeah, well, and also, here is the thing. So, by the way, can we just say...
You and the nuddy.
Yeah, that's me, yeah.
Look at that.
I know.
Yeah.
How much photoshopping did you...
Not much. Well, I yo-yo with my weight, and I just want, like, there to be evidence in the future that at some point I did look like that.
But you must get match fit if you know a nude photo shoot's coming up.
Well, I was kind of match fit at that point.
So you said, quick, take a picture.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. It's weird, though, because it wasn't my idea. I'd like to say that was my idea, but then I go, oh, yeah, that'd be quite cool, doing Rodin the Thinker.
Yeah.
And then what you actually don't take into consideration is you're going to be in a room naked with 30 strangers in front of you. Yeah. All just like going...
Oh, I do it all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Well, talking of looking back, I just want to mention this, because Eric mentioned it just as you were starting to sing, that this studio is special to you.
Yes, in this very studio, we filmed Monty Python. We shot Monty Python. And,
Wow.
15 years ago. Yeah.
This is hallowed ground.
Because of what's happened to you, do you see those circles and patterns in your life a lot now?
You look back a lot. When, you know, if you can remember anything, you tend to look back, yes.
Yeah.
No, but we had a lot of fun in here. I mean, we made some funny things happen, and we had a live audience, and we had about an hour to record the entire show. So we'd run in and out and be changing. So I've got some very good memories.
In an hour, you made classics, and it took us so long to make this. Wow. And here's the thing. In Britain, previously, the record for the highest amount of #1 albums by a solo artist was held by Elvis Presley. So you can imagine about how many years he's held that record for. But no more. It is now Robbie Williams. You know, like that's one of those things. You can't shrug that off. That is an amazing statistic.
Yeah, but he won't stay dead. He just keeps coming back for more. Yeah, no, it's absolutely incredible. It all feels like a glitch in the Matrix. It really does. You know, it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where you go, well, I'm really pleased that it's happened to me, but I'm flabbergasted that it has, and these nice things keep happening to me. And it's, yeah, it's too much to take into consideration and go, yeah, that's me. I did that. I beat the Elvis. That's what I was thinking in Stoke when I was 15.
Yeah.
One day I'll beat the Elvis. Yeah, no, that's not what I was thinking.
But you did beat the Elvis, and I love, you know, that here you are, this huge star, but then you do spend time in LA, and, I mean, am I right thinking you're less well-known in LA?
Not known at all in LA, yeah. I went to Craig's the other night, you know, Craig's.
Well,
yeah.
Did they take your picture?
Well, no, that was the thing. I get out of the car and there's like 10 paparazzi And I'm like, And I open the door, and they all go, all of them, and it's like, and then it's really sad because, like, I'm in the car annoyed that there's bloody paparazzi there, and now I'm annoyed that they're not taking my picture. but then, right towards the end of me going in the door, one of them goes, "Ronnie?" And they all start going, "Ronnie, Ronnie, Ronnie." Yeah, Ronnie.
Now, lots to look forward to because Robbie is on tour. It all kicks off the 9th of October at London's O2.
Oh, wow.
And you're touring around Britain, and then you head to the rest of the world, I guess.
Yes, I do. Apart from North America, where I'm Ronnie.
Would be in LA?
I can. I'll do a gig for you. If
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
Hollywood
Okay,
Bowl,
yeah.
just for you.
She'll make you some curry. Good luck with the tour.
well pulled back, darling.
And good luck with the album. It's been get some sleep. Get some sleep, Robbie Williams. Robbie Williams, everybody! Right, that's nearly it. Before we go, just time for the first visit of the new series to the big red chair. OK, who's there? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Padraig.
Padraig.
Yes.
I think I know where you're from.
I'm from Ireland.
What part of Ireland are you from?
I'm from Kilkenny.
Kilkenny.
Yes.
I used to live in Kilkenny.
Oh, nice one.
Not really. Cut that out. I'm going to Ireland tomorrow. How long have you been here, Padraig?
Oh, I'm here like 12 hours.
Oh, I see.
I arrived this morning.
Okay. Fresh off the plane or the boat. Have you moved here 12 hours ago?
No, I just came for the show.
Oh, okay. You're just here for the... Are you here for the weekend?
No, come back tomorrow.
Yeah. You know what's on telly?
I know.
All right, Padraig, off you go with your story.
Okay, so about 4 years ago, we went on a hiking trip in school. I was about 16 at the time. And then we had to hike about 25k, and we were all sharing rooms anyway, and we went back to the hostel after hiking about 15.
I'll just stop you for a minute, Padraig. Jamie Lee Curtis is looking at you like you're ringing a bell.
I heard it's all good.
It's all good.
Keep going.
Okay. So you're on your 25k hike.
Yeah, and we were told at 6 p.m. after dinner that we had to meet at the reception, and the teachers and everyone would go on the hike. And anyway, I was sharing a room with Kevin, and Kevin was having these pains in his chest, and he kept like holding his chest and breathing in and out really heavily. And we all thought Kevin was faking it to get out of the hike. And like I was kind of like, yeah, it's a good point. I'd play that card, but whatever. And anyway, we just left Kevin and went down to reception. And about 50 minutes later, an ambulance pulls up outside, and a paramedic comes in and gets Kevin and loads him into the back of the ambulance. Turns out Kevin was having a minor heart attack, and the 8 of us in the room did not give a shit about it.
Very quickly before I flip you, is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He just
Oh, good. That's all good. Yeah. Okay. That really is all we've got time for. If you'd like to have a go in that red chair yourself and tell your story, you can just contact us via our website at this very address. Please say a huge thank you to all of my guests tonight. Robbie Williams, David Tennant, Lydia West, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Eric Idle. Join me next week with Eurovision star Sam Ryder, rapper and TV personality Big Zoo, Hollywood actor Lashana Lynch, Oscar-nominated Leslie Manville, and Downton and Paddington star Hugh Bonneville. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Well, there's more from David Tennant as 4 people become entangled in a dilemma that could lead one of them to murder. Watch Inside Man on iPlayer. Well, next, Graham's back, and there's exciting news on RuPaul's Drag Race UK.